Hello everyone, welcome back to my Scrap Mechanics Survival series. My name is Goldfish, that's right, not Suicide Wings. More on that someday down the road, but I'm going by Goldfish now. As you can see, you're looking at something you've never seen before. This is because I've only shown a handful of people this. This is actually not my normal world, and let me prove it. Whoa, I just had a weird pop-up come up. Oh, let's ignore that, go back to the game. Thank you, Avast. Let's look at my logbook. I've only been in here for 91 days. See, Scrapman, his second survival series, he did a Nomad series, and I thought, you know what, that'd be a lot of fun. And there was a long time when I wasn't recording any videos, and I still want to play Scrap Mechanics, so this is what I did instead. I got this really cool Nomad vehicle where basically all my stuff's on, and then, but I didn't do a Nomad farming because that's a massive pain in the butt. But there's a reason why we're here. Okay, so the object for today's challenge, and probably it's going to end up being a few episodes, build episodes and survival series episodes. We're rebuilding my automatic farm in my my first survival world. So this is the one I built here, and this one I designed to be scalable. So I've got it set up in a little bit of a different layout. I've got it set so there's a chest for water, and then a chest for seeds, and then a chest for sucking everything up, and then it staggers that way. And then you see at the end, I don't need to have another thing for sucking up crops because these go 3 wide. The way I've got it in my regular world, which I'll go over the details of my current build when we're over there, is I have water cannons instead of the chests, and I have it doing half the farm, and then it slides over and does the whole other half of the farm. Where on this one, I just have it moving over 3 blocks with a couple of pistons. So much simpler. And it means when you're starting up your automatic farm, all you need to get started is 3 chests, really, and then that's enough to do length of 2 rows of soil. And I've got this one going, I believe, 80 plots is what I've got right now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I think I've got a little more than that because I've got 40 water in here, and that's enough for 2 rows. Sorry, 80 water here, that's enough for 2 rows. Yeah, so it's brain is not working. 40 units long. So I got 8 times 40, that's 320, about 320 plots here. Good sized farm, nowhere near the size of my normal world. But the nice thing about this is you can get this thing going up. I found 40 was a good number. That's makes it so that you can plant your whole farm and then suck it up by the time before the next rate counter happens. So the way this one works is very similar to my other one. I've got number 1 for going forward. I've got number 2 for going backwards. I've got number 3 for side to side. And then I've got 4, 5, and 6, which enable first the water, then the seeds, and then 6 is just a thing to turn off the vacuum if I'm tired of them blinking, but generally I just leave them on. And then 7, that is one thing that I don't have on my original farm. 7 is automatic mode. So if I press 7, it's just going to loop continually without me doing anything. So it's going to get to the end, and then it's going to shift over, and it's going to move back. And then when it gets all the way back, it's going to shift back over, and it's going to go all the way forward again. And the reason why I set it up like this is so that it can just continually suck up crops as they're being as they're grown, and I don't have to think about it. The advantage of that is I can go down and deal with the plethora of bots at the bottom of the plateau, and just work on that while it's sucking up all the crops, so that I don't accidentally trigger another raid unnecessarily. So this is just do that, and I can carry on about my business and just clean up the whole farm. So while we're here, we might as well just watch it get to the end. I'll show you what I mean. Boom. It goes over. Super handy, works really well. There is one downside, or not really a downside. There's another functionality that I want in this, and we're gonna try and do that in my real farm. So This one, it goes automatically, but if I have the seeds and watering on, it's just going to keep seeding and watering, which obviously runs out a lot of materials. And if you forget to turn it off, like, you can limit it by numbers. Like you can see, I only had 80 in the water chest, and that's so that once it's done, it's 80, it's done. The challenge with that is with the seeds. So you can plant just 80 seeds and that's fine. It's not going to plant anymore because it doesn't have any more. But once you start sucking up crops, then it's going to try plant seeds as you collect them. So what I want to do is, in the new automatic farm I'm building in my original world, have this function where it'll automatically cycle, but have it so that it won't have it so that I can just turn the seeds on and then turn them off, and it'll just do it in one pass, and then it won't turn them back on. So that's the thought. I'm gonna have to figure out the logic behind that, but that is the plan. So without further ado, off to my original survival world. All right, and this is my farm as you know it, the Plateau farm that I've shown a couple of times in some of my other videos. I haven't really gone into the detail of how everything works here. Oh, and also, as you can see, I'm thirsty. This is the reason why we're doing the farm today. Chair back. Yeah, so I'm sure some of you have seen in some of my other videos, if you've watched them, that because I've make so much food, that I've just been storing my excess broccoli and pineapple here. So I got lots of broccoli, tons. Like, that's gonna last me a long time. I'm out of pineapples. Well, I say out. I'm not out. I've got 10 in my inventory, and then I've got, what was that, 70 there, and then no, 90. I've got 90 there, and then I've got a bunch of pineapples in my other vehicle, but I don't have any extras. The other thing I'm out of, as you look in my inventory, I've only got 200 left in there. I do have some other stores there, but again, this is where I keep my excess potatoes, and I've got some water there, but I have no potato crates. So we're going to be growing some potatoes, and we're going to be growing some pineapples, but first I want to rebuild this whole farm. I've got more than enough to get me through the raids we'll have to get through. And the reason why I want to rebuild the farm first instead of, do a raid with the farm as it is right now is because we are 83 long, and I believe it's 16 wide. I've had these, I just put those bags of potatoes there with the number of rows I have so that I can calculate it. And let's actually calculate, why not? 83 times 16. 1,328. That's how many plots I have. So I'll do one crop of potatoes, and that'll last me. I'll probably never have to farm again. And I'll do one crop of pineapples, then I'll probably never have to farm those again. At least not for a very long time. So, because we're doing that, I want to get this thing set up the way I want it set up. But first, I'll show you how I set this guy up. So I have this one, instead of using chests for water, I have water containers and I have water cannons. But that's very limiting. When I rebuild this, I'm going to change it over to chests that's distributing the water. I think I may end up having to build some more chests, which could be interesting. But I do have a lot of extra of those. So yeah, I've got water that comes out of the water cannons, and the next stage is sucking up the finished crops, and then the third stage is seeding, and I can also use that for distributing brain fart, fertilizer. There's the word. Now this one is all manual. All manual. My other farm, I have it. Well, I say manual. It means it's not an automated operation. It automatically seeds and waters and all that stuff as long as I have it set up. But as far as the travel, I've got one for going forward, similar as the other farm. I've got two for going backwards, and I have three for going side to side. Now, The way I did it on my other farm makes way more sense. This is what we're going to end up doing here. But this is the way I had it set up from this farm. So I have it set up to do 8 rows, and then I press number 3, and it brings me over to do the other 8 rows. Now, when I earlier farmed, before I was doing recording for YouTube, I had it, I believe it was a row of 4, and then it would shift over and do another row of 4, which was, this setup worked fine for it, no issues. The issue now is, well, because it's so large, I mean, look at how much energy is put into that. It's a really rough transition. The nice thing of the way I have my farm set up in my Nomad world is it just moves 3 blocks. And then if you want to add another row of crops, you just add another row and add another few chests, and you don't have to do any other changes aside from just hooking up your new things to your existing logic. So it's much, the other design is much more scalable than this one is, so that's what we're going to go with. Okay, it's starting to get dark because it's always nighttime in Scrap Mechanica, as we know. I don't think I got anything else I'm going to showcase on this. I'm just going to start ripping this sucker apart, and then we're going to start building it. Okay, so we have to rip this all apart, and I'm going to need some place to store some. And good news is I've got some, so I grabbed some stuff from my farm. I'm going to need extra chests, but for now they're at least going to be storage for all this gear that I'm not going to need for a little bit. And I'm not going to need guns for a while, so let's get those out of there. Oh dear. How much am I going to break this thing if I just start removing all the logic? Probably by a lot. Oh well. Oh, you can still remove things while you have something on your shoulder. That's cool. I did not know that. Nor did I intend on taking that one off, but that's alright. Probably keep the stackable things with me because I got lots more of those coming off, I think. Water. Maybe I'll keep the water outside for now. I'm going to I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to use these for the upgraded farm, but they are still handy for water storage until I finish rebuilding this. And outside here, they're not going to cause any problems. Use the water in them as we go. Save me a few trips down to the lake. Got a bunch of extra saw blades sitting there from when I reworked the mining vehicle, which is still sitting here. And I'll actually get to demonstrate why that's sitting here. I have that. Oh, this is going to fall. Yep, there it goes. Oh! Well, my frames aren't doing too bad, actually. 27? Surprisingly. Certainly could have been a lot worse. Let's get that off of there. It's going to break that even more, but at least it's going to be settled. Now, I don't want to destroy this whole thing because there's nothing wrong with the frame. The frame up there with the wheels, the double bearings. I'm going to make use of all those again. I could probably make the width a little smaller, but for stability's sake, it's actually nice to have that width. Okay. I think, is that it? That's not it for logic, yeah. There's one more switch there. I'm looking for some more logic gates. There should be some. Apparently not. Oh, we got a piece of thing there. Oh, that's probably from the stabilizer on this side. All right. Start taking these water containers off. And this structure here, I think I can mostly keep intact. I think so. I can take off this. Don't need that bar there. We're gonna change how this all works. It's gonna be a lot longer because basically this is gonna go, instead of you know, being there and then folding in half, it's gonna be all the way across until the last row, and then it's just gonna move over 3 blocks and come all the way up, and then it's gonna end up doing like this line water and seed all the way back, and then this line water and seed all the way back this way, and it's going to be that row, that row, that row, you know, staggered all the way up and then staggered all the way back for rows. So I'm gonna have to change a little bit of the orientation on this. Do something. Maybe clear my inventory. Let's get the rest of these things in here. Sure, we'll keep all those there. Put all those there. And I got lots of materials here that I should. You know, maybe I'll keep them in there for now, and if I need them, I need them. I think I may have to go back and make some logic gates at some point. For now, I think we are okay. Maybe I'll keep that chair handy, so I don't have to use my normal chairs. It's a fine spot for it. Okay, now what's our connections here? We got. I don't think we need. Oh, that's why I had to, because I had 2 different rows. I had the row for water and I had a row for seeds, and they had to go on different triggers. Well, in this case, I don't think I need to. No, I think I do. Yeah, I still need to have 2 sensors. They need to be closer together. One sensor is going to trigger the water, one sensor is going to trigger the seeds, so they're in line. But if it's not, like I can't trigger it until it's over top of the blue square. Okay. I need to connect these guys to pistons. Does it make sense to add them there? I got material underneath there, otherwise that wouldn't be connected. So I can actually just remove all of this, so it doesn't look there. Perfect. Okay. And then pistons, which I don't think I have any pistons in here, because I didn't have any in that build. No, pistons are over here. And I brought a whole bunch of them, but really, you only need 2. And they don't even need to be upgraded. It's actually pretty sweet. There, that's connected there. Good. Then let's connect it like that. And then we'll add this one. It's a little more reliable contact from front and back instead of one staggering in the center. Then I removed all my angle pieces. We're going to need a couple of them. That one's going to be a straight. I'm going to need a straight piece for each of these. Yeah. So we need 3 straight pieces, and then as we go across, I'm going to need more. But we'll work with what we got for now. I think I got all I need to make vacuum tubes. And you know what, I really don't need those exactly now too. I'll just continue building and then add them as we go. Okay. One thing I would like to do differently on this farm, especially since I'm making the video for you guys, is I would like to make it as clear as possible how the logic works. Not only for you guys to understand how it all works, but also when I come back in time and try to make it again. So let's, so I think I'm going to make a platform over top of all this and lay out my logic that way. A nice, seamless kind of way. Maybe even inlay it into, that might be interesting, because that way I can walk over top of it and I'm not tripping on, stumbling on it. Not that character actually does that, just looks a little more seamless. Remove these because I'm going to have line these up with the new location for the vacuum tubes. So they're going to go here. Need 2 blocks off of that. And then this one, same thing, 2 blocks, except I'm standing in the way. And these have to be levels 5 sensors because they're detecting that painted color. You know what, I'm going to fix that now. I want, like, we'll keep the wheelbase what it is, but we'll make the frame tight to the... Make the frame tight to the chest there. Because why not? It looks dumb having this big gap there and we don't need it. Interesting to see what we do over here, because I don't think we need that laid out like that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That looks a little more streamlined. This will also make it a little more reliable for when it's sliding across. It's not going to jiggle at all. It's got support all the way down the line. Dang. I should have to just do that. Actually, probably that too. Nope, because that's connected there. We're safe to do that though. Alright, bolts. Yeah, I'm going to need a platform across there. That's going to make that a lot easier to navigate. Oh, come on. Connecting the block below. That's connecting the block. Yeah, so I can move that guy. I think that whole bar across there. Let's see. We'll do that. Okay, that all looks correct now. Good. I don't want to drop the seat off there, but that's okay. Okay. Alright, I'm happy with a lot of this structure. That's looking pretty good. I am going to need another level 5 sensor on the other side. I'm going to have to lay some blocks for that guy. Why did that in there? It's over here. That sun could come up at any time and that'd be great. Yeah. How about that, yeah? And we'll do a similar thing. Center's fine. Roughly center, for sure. I think that's exactly center, actually, which is good. Like that. Okay, so let's build our structure at the top here. Let's go. I want it exactly the width. We still need to be able to get underneath there. Go like that. Yeah, like that. That's nice. And then we can just start doing liner logic here. So, should I keep it the way I've always done it? Probably. Otherwise I'll just confuse myself. And then I'm going to want this seat to be up there. So it gets me to the top. I don't think that's going to interact with anything. Good. And then, so I need my switches. Definitely gonna need some logic. Gonna need some more logic than that. Got some buttons there. Don't think I need a timer. Oh, here's one thing I wanted to experiment with. Let's do a quick experiment. Okay, so there was a vacuum update. Not all that long ago. I guess probably last summer. Come on, show me the gate. I like seeing the pretty lights. Let's make this an and connect it to there just so that's lit up. That's the way I like to do the vacuum pipes, so that they're not brain, so that when the logic resets, it's just always on. That's what I thought. Okay, so that's what I wanted to test. The logic gate works in a loop continually without having to make a logic loop. So that's good. Okay. Remind me is pouring myself some pop. Okay. So now that we know that, that does make that part of it very easy. Now the first bit of logic we want. We want this thing to be able to move. So we'll do the 1, 2, 3, 4. For its travel. We want a manual travel, we want an automatic travel. So maybe we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 is automatic. Okay. So for forward and backwards, we need 2 level 5 controllers. We have 1 here, 1 here. I like seeing the pretty colors. Okay. 1 there, 1 there. And actually, we're going to need to move those over because I need an OR gate. I need... yeah, definitely need some more logic. Because I have an automatic mode, I need an OR to tell the wheels to turn. For automatic and for manual. So this, do I set this to OR? I did. So that's going to go into there, and then that's going to go into there, and that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. This is going to go on to the outside ones. This is going to go to the inside ones. These are going to be set identically, but the bearings are going to be set differently. So going green, which is forward, so those two are good. These ones are going to go green backwards. And then this one is going to be the opposite. Okay. And we're going to go 360, 360, 360, 360, fast. And loop. 60, 360, 360, 360, fast, and loop. Okay, now this should theoretically work. Ooh, that's really quick. Are we off the rails? Interesting. Why are we bouncing like that? Doesn't like the speed, I don't think. Let's turn down the speed. Let's go. Rather than turning that down, we'll turn these down to 180. Ooh, probably have to reset this up top here. Yeah, definitely have to reset this. Okay. Okay. Seems to be okay. And that seems to be okay. Now, it used to be I had to keep this really slow because of the vacuum things. If you went too fast, the seating wouldn't be able to keep up with the speed. But since they've changed that, as we demonstrated before, that should be okay. Okay, so next we need another OR gate, which is going to use up the last of this logic. And that's going to be for our pistons, which are, is that right? Gets to be a bit of a jumbled mess. There, and these, I don't mind these being set to faster speed. And they're only going to be moving 3. Well, that's one thing I haven't checked. Ooh. How am I not lined up? That's interesting. It's a good thing I checked. I need to move out 1 block. Simple enough fix. How much is that going to destroy the logic? It's not! Oh, that's good news! Oh, because the way I had this before, if I didn't disconnected that carriage, it would disconnect the motor logic too, because that's where all the motors run. But now that's on the thing over top, not going to be an issue. So we just have to reconnect these. I'll try to just do this. No, it doesn't want to move? Okay. I need to add another layer of block. Okay. Set these again. Now we should be lined up here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then oh yeah, I haven't connected any of these two. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now there is a reason I'm doing the moving mechanisms before I do any of the other mechanisms, because it's going to take a lot of logic to get all the automated movement going. So it's going to be nice and confusing. And then when I actually had the things hooked up to the vacuum pumps, that's just a lot of spaghetti lines, so it's going to get real confusing real quick. So worry about the travel first. So forward, backward, and moved over. Look at that. That's perfect. That's the way it works. Excellent. Now the much more challenging job. Let's set these chests around the corner here. We will set them up over here. Okay. Now, ooh, one thing I haven't checked, because there is a bit of a slope here. Let's go backwards. Make sure I have ground clearance everywhere here. Ooh. It's tight, but I have clearance. Good. And I'm thirsty. Now, basically, I just need this thing to come far enough back. That it all clears from these. And that's it. Now this one over here is going to be a switch. So that's going to be it's going to be switched, not in a button, and it's going to be color mode. Like the other ones, I'm going to make it blue as well. I don't know, it shows up well. Doesn't matter if it's the same color as the other ones. Range, well, it's full range. Doesn't really matter. what I need is my painting tool. Boy, it's been a while. How do I change colors on this? I forgot. There we go, Q. Blue. I can make this whole patch here blue. Doesn't matter. Just as long as that sees it and changes. And that should be green now. It is, which is good. I do want it to start off. So we'll leave and come back. So it should be off now. Good. So now in the off state. Oh, logic gates. All right, time for a trip to the island farm and make some logic gates. And we're back. Okay, that took a little longer than expected. I had to, did I even get, okay, so I did get 17 logic gates, but I had to do something I haven't done in a very long time and go for a swim. I gathered some glue clam shells, made a bunch of glue, and then I was able to, I made 17. I was able to make 9, and then I made another 8. I think that'll be enough to do what we need to do. I can just go back and make more if I need to. I also used up what we had left of chests. So this isn't quite going to make it to the end of the plot, which I expected. So in order to finish this before I do the raid, I'll not only have to build more chests, but I'll have to build a few more vacuum tubes as well in order to have everything connected the way I want. And I'll probably need to add some vacuum pumps as well. I haven't put them all on there yet, but that's probably a thing that's going to have to happen. Okay, so back to the logic. All right, I confused myself there, but I think we've got this all figured out. So this is and. This has to be on, and this condition has to be true in order for it to go. And this condition is that the switch is on, and that switch is not on. Which currently it's not. I've added the logic block there to make it a little easier to see. Currently, it's telling it can go forward in this cycle. So as long as both of those conditions are true, and that's what this and is checking for, then you can go forward. But then, if we come back, of course, when we go back, automatic's not going to be on. So if we go all the way there, it's going to engage that switch, which turns that on. Automatic is still on, but we will not go forward because that'll be the condition to go backwards. So that means I need, I think, just as simple as a NAND right here, and I'm going to put it here. I feel like that makes more sense. And if we're not this condition, no, we need another and. And this is going to be the and. And that switches on. So we're not disconnected to that. Okay. We're not this condition. And this switches on. Then we go backwards and move to the side. Okay, so everything's off right now, except that switch which is meant to be off. So let's make sure it's off. Go forward, come back, turn that off. Okay, now 4. Did you just hear those pistons go? No. No, they're still set correctly. Good. So we're going forward right now. I feel like we might be able to go a little bit faster. We'll see how it works when we get everything running. You can always change it when we go to do the pineapple crop. wish we had lights going, but you can kind of see the blue there at the top left. I might move my chair over further so I can see things a little more evenly. That should change to the opposite condition, and we slide over and we move. Now here's a test. If I turn off automatic mode, do I move forward? No, I don't. Now if I turn it back on, I slide back over and move backwards. Perfect. Here, just took a little bit of thinking. We got it figured out. And it should start moving forward once it hits that, and we'll just turn off automatic mode and call it a day. Perfect. Okay, so now we're not moving. Good, and that switches off. Good. We're far enough back from there to trigger. Yep, we're good. So we can start planting from here. Now, we do something different for the crops. So, water, seeds. And the reason I want these as buttons is I want to use bit logic. I think I'm going to need another level 5 sensor. And it's going to be a little further back than this one. It's going to be the opposite of that one. I think that's all I need to do it. Because the way bit logic works, you push a button, it turns it on, and then something else trips and it turns it off, but the thing that turns it off can't turn it back on. It just cancels it out and it doesn't turn back on until it's hit again. I don't remember how to do bit logic. I'm gonna have to go learn how to do that again. And when I do, I'll come back and we'll set it all up. Alright, big thanks to Callan Gaming. He's got a great tutorial on how bit logic works, or memory bits work, and it's actually really simple. So, demonstrate. I'm gonna need 3 logic things. And of course I have 1 short from that stack. Okay, and so basically it's just a nor, or loop. So that one into that one, to that one, to that one, and to that one. Basically we have to have 2 inputs, 1 into each nor. Alright, so right now you can see that it's on, and that's from that guy. So I push that a bunch of times, doesn't change anything. But if I push this one, clears it. But then I push it a bunch more times, doesn't change it. So I have to push it back and forth in order for it to work. So that's what we want. We'll probably loop it the other way so that it's normally off. I think I just do that like this. Oops. Should have those all cleared. Okay, so we'll go this way, this way, this way. So I have to push that in order for it to be on. I think that's the way I want it. Maybe it's not. No, I think the other way was right. Okay, yeah, because I have to push that in order to turn it on. So that's the normal one. So this button. Well, actually, we are going to leave that button there, but that's not going to be hooked into this circuit. We're going to have another circuit identical to this, and that's going to be for the seeds. So, or, boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna need another sense. Oh dear, what's happened here? Well, we'll have to fix that. Can't be having that. That is the wrong spot. That's gonna freak out as soon as I drop that, but. Good. Okay. Now, I don't think I have a sensor in my inventory. I do not. So let's get one. There it is. Okay. We're going to have this thing over here as well. We're going to have it triggered on a different color. Of course, I removed that because that would be helpful. Yeah, let's use another logic gate so we can see that that one's working. And that one, it's just going to be a button. Doesn't need to be anything else. Sure, we'll use the color white. It's already on white. Good. There we go. So when that comes back and retracts, we're going to start by having them on, and then it's going to go and it's going to seed and it's going to water and it's going to come back and it's going to trip that, and that's going to turn the logic off. So that just needs to be an and that needs to come from there. Oh, that distance needs to go up, and that needs to go into the other NOR. Now, if we move this thing backwards, that end logic gate will turn out. Hopefully. Perfect. Then it doesn't matter if it gets re-triggered, it's just not going to do anything. Good. Although, no, it's moving back too far. Trying to perfect. All right, so that's where we want it. Okay. So now we have. That was actually a lot more simple than I thought it was going to be. That's all my logic for my whole system. That's it. I can automatically go down there and all the way back. I can I can turn a thing on and it's going to go all the way down there and all the way back, and then just turn off my seats, except it's probably going to have to get off the blue in order for that to turn on, because right now if I turn these on, it's just gonna flip. Yeah, because that's just kind of continually on right now until it jumps off of there. Okay, but that's okay. Oh man, are we ready to start farming? Pretty much. I guess I got to build the rest of this thing and then hook up all the logic for the seeding and the watering. And I should have a, I don't know if I'm going to put a button in there. I'm just going to put this in there. And that's just going to be a NOT gate to tell the vacuums to turn on. The NAND. And then that's just going to go into one of these buttons. Doesn't really matter which one, because even when I press it just to turn it on, it's just mostly off anyway, so it's just going to keep the vacuums going, and that's going to be these back row here and the front, or the every other front row. Actually, let's change that so we know which one's which. There we go. Those are already set correctly somehow. Cool. Let's get the rest of our vacuum pumps, and let's see how much more we need. I don't think I have any. There we go. Okay, so I need 4 more to finish out that, and I think I need 3 more chests. So that's covering that row, and then that's going to move over 1. Yeah, so I need 3 more chests in order to finish this entire loop. What about vacuum elbows and streets? Got no more elbows there. I don't need any more vacuums. Is that right? No. No, I need 2 more. Because I need to, because these 2 are not connected. So I need 2 more in order to connect the last pair. And then that third one will connect to there. So I just need 2 more elbows. I don't have any elbows in here or anything. So like that, I don't think so. I don't have any more chests. So that over here, nope. Don't have any hidden in my inventory. And none there. None there. Okay, so just 2 more elbows, 3 more chests, 7 more vacuum pumps. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go with those, and I'm going to finish building this. And then when we come back, we're going to plant some crops. But, till then, have a fantastic day, everyone. Thanks for joining me.